This is Mintermath Stage 3, which if you look at it, it's got a variation of calculations. We've got some multiplication, we've got division, addition, subtraction, all with big numbers. But if you've noticed, every week Stage 3 is the same. It's the same calculations, just the numbers are changing. So if you can do this one week, you can do it every week. Let's start with question A. If I want to do 288 multiplied by 4, I'm going to set my calculation out like so. Big number on top, small number underneath, and I always start in the units column. The units column is the furthest column to the right. And we've got some tens and hundreds in there. 4 times 8 is 32. Carry the 3 into the next column, the tens column. 4 times 8 again is 32. This time I'll add on my 3, so 32 plus 3 is 35, and carry that 3 into the next column. 4 times 2 is 8. Add on the 3 that I carried is 11, and carry this 1 into the next column. There's no more multiplying, so my answer is 1152. For B is 453 plus 46, and if you notice, I've kept my big number on top again, small number underneath. It's not going to change my answer, but it's a lot easier doing it this way. So again, starting in the units column, always start right to left. 3 times 6 is 9. Nothing to carry over here. 4 plus 5 is 9. Again, nothing to carry. 4 plus nothing is 4. And that was pretty straightforward. 499. For question C. Again, with subtraction, you do have to keep the bigger number on top this time. So it's a good habit on the previous ones that we did put the bigger numbers on top. 537, and we're taking away from that 48. They are arranged in columns, so it's still units, tens and hundreds. I want to do 7 take away 8. I can't take 8 away from 7 because I'll end up in negative numbers and I don't want that. So what we do is borrow a 10 from our neighbour. And I'll add it on at the end now. 17 take away 8 is 9. Once I get into the tens column now, I have to do 3 take away 5, which again I can't do because I end up in the negatives. So what I do is I'll borrow from the hundreds column. So instead of doing 3 take away 5, I'm going to do 13 take away 5. 13 take away 5 is 8. And now in the hundreds column, I borrowed 100 earlier, which is signified down here. It's the same as taking 1 away from here. So it's 5 take away 1, which leaves me with 4. My answer is 489. For D, given us division, we're using our bus stop, and it's always first number inside the bus stop. So we've got 160, and it's being divided by 5. 5 into 1 doesn't go. We haven't used the 1 yet, so carry it on to the 6 to create 16. So now we got 5 into 16. 5 into 16 goes 3 times. 3 times 5 is 15. So we've got 1 left over. That's our remainder. 5 into 10 goes twice. 2 times 5 is 10, so we don't have any remainders. We can stop at that. My answer is 32. And as a check, just to show that the relationship between multiplication and division, if I did 32 multiplied by 5, I should get 160 as my answer. 5 times 2 is 10, carry the 1. 5 times 3 is 15, plus 1 is 16. And there's the 160. We did do it correctly. Staying with division. We've now got 196. Again, that was the first number, so that goes inside my bus stop. Like so. And it's being divided by 7. Seven into 1 doesn't go. Carry the 1 because we didn't use it yet. 7 into 19 goes twice. 2 7s are 14. So my remainder on this one is a 5. Carry that. 7 into 56, if you know your times tables well, is 8. And there is no remainder on that one. So my answer is 28. Again, with our check on this one, 28 times 7. 7 times 8 is 56. 7 times 2 is 14. 14 plus 5 is 19. And there's your 196 again, showing that relationship between division and multiplication. F, we've got 6, 6, 3, take away 7, 4. Key things again, guys, to remember here is bigger number on top and keep the digits in their columns. So you've got the units, the tens and the hundreds. 3 take away 4 I can't do, so I borrow 1 from my neighbour. 13 take away 4 is 9. In the tens column I've got 6 take away 8, which I can't do. So again I'm going to borrow 1, this time from the hundreds column. 16 take away 8 is 8. And lastly, in the hundreds column I borrowed 1, so it's 6 take away that 1 is 5. 5, 8, 9 is my answer. Just so it happens, if I wanted to check this one, and again show the relationship between subtraction and addition, I can work backwards. I can do 5, 8, 9 plus the 74, and I should get back to 663. 9 plus 4 is 13, carry the 1. 7 plus 1 is 8, plus another 8 is 16, carry the 1. 5 plus 1 is 6, so my answer is 663, which is what we had here. G, this time we got a bigger multiplication one, given that it's 3 digit by 2 digit. Again, try and keep bigger number on top. It's a lot more straightforward that way. Digits are aligned in the correct columns, and always start with the units column when you're multiplying. 6 times 2 is 12, carry the 1. 6 times 7 is 42, plus 1 is 43, carry the 4. 6 times 5 is 30, plus the 4 is 34. So what you've essentially done on this calculation initially was, that is 572 multiplied by 6. That's what we just did there. But we've still got this 3 here, which represents a 30. So as soon as you get onto the next column, fill in a 0 here in the units column. Because what we're essentially doing here is 30 multiplied by each of these units. But by putting the 0 in first, we can forget now about the fact it's a 30. We can just treat it as 3 units. So what I'm doing here is 1 by 1 digit multiplication, which is a lot easier to do. So with that 0 in place, 3 times 2 is 6, 3 times 7 is 21. I'm going to carry that 2. I like to put a little 2 up there just to remind me to add it on. 3 times 5 is 15, plus that 2 would give me 17. So I can forget about the 2 now. When you're carrying, some of you may do it a slightly different way, which is absolutely fine as long as you're getting the right answer. So with me, I like to just carry a small little number or digit into the next column, and once I use it in my head, I'll cross it off. I'm finished with it then. Last step, adding these two, because what last time you did was 30 multiplied by 572. And that's why we got such a big number this time in comparison to the first one. 2, 6 plus 3 is 9, 1 plus 4 is 5, 7 plus 3 is 10. Again, we need to carry that 1 over. So now I've got 1 plus 1 is 2, and that is my solution, 20,592. Lastly, final addition one, we've got 523 plus 84, keeping them again in their columns nice and neat, so it's very clear to see what I'm doing, and I'm not mixing any of the digits up. 4 plus 3 is 7, 8 plus 2 is 10, carry the 1, 5 plus 1 is 6, and that is my solution, 627. And that was stage 3, which is a mixture of your 4 operations but with bigger numbers.